the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome everybody to race number 11 for the iRacing NorthWest Tour, the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval 150. My name is Carlos Acosta, and joining me tonight is none other than the legendary Greg Rent. Greg, how are you doing tonight? Hold on, Greg. Greg, I've made a crucial mistake. I apologize for that. I had you muted the whole time. So let me go ahead and start once again. Welcome everybody to race number 11 of the iRacing NorthWest Tour. Everybody's pressing F in the chat. Joining me tonight, I'm Carlos Acosta, but joining me tonight is Greg Rentz. And Greg, how are you doing today?
Hopefully they can hear me this time,
Yeah,
but I'm good. And all right, we're back. And like I was saying before I got the word that I was cut off there, this race for me is special not just because of the fact that Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, one of my 2 home tracks in the Northwest, is sponsoring it, but it's at Irwindale Speedway, which this was my home track as a kid. This is the track that I discovered short track racing at all those years ago when I was a 5-year-old kid in the grandstands at this very facility. And to have them come back onto the tour for the first time and the race be sponsored by Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, which is one of 2 tracks that I'm so lucky to be able to announce at every weekend. I mean, this is a perfect night for me. The 49ers made it to the Super Bowl. Now this, I can't ask for a better night.
I played a little kazoo there for you. Unfortunately, it was very quiet. But yeah, Greg, we are going to be going live here for the main event. 24 drivers taking the field tonight, so of course no B main was necessary. Going through the qualifying results, remember the top 16 are inverted. The Dial 911 car is going to be starting all the way up front. That's going to be Adam Hom. Excuse me, I hate the wrong thing. Adam Hom. With second place currently being Thomas O'Hara. Third place will be BJ Tidrick, with KC Garber on the outside in 4th. Travis Barnes will be qualifying 5th, with Garrett Huffines in 6th. Joey Bird will be 7th, with Joshua Beal in 8th. Josh Robinson in 9th, and Sean Bridesman will be in 10th. Greg, how about you take it away?
How about the rookie Ryan Gormley, who's been on a tear through this season in the 44? He rolls off 11th with another guy who's been on a tear, Shane Quinn in the 12, the Snowball Derby winner in the number 4. Brian Payne, Dylan Huffines, Ellie Musgrave, Christopher Heim, and Casey Tillman starting off in this one, with Rusty Webb, his first start, Brent Holloway in the 19, Brad Carpenter rounding out the top 20. Then we find the top 3 from the last race, Bartek Jr., Nick Bellamy, and Seth Frazier, Carlos.
That's true. I believe this is going to be the last pace step before the drivers go down Perry Road. And Greg, based on your experience, I'm going to let you go ahead and take this green flag start. Who do you think is going to have what it takes to win tonight?
Whoever is up front at lap 150, and then boils down to 150 laps. Yeah, 150 laps at this track is a long time, but it's in the hands of the Dial 911. Adam Holm bringing them to green. We're racing at the Irwindale Speedway, brought to you by Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Halm gets the whole shot and jumps out to the lead, and now we're already starting to see it, what this track is famous for, multi-groove racing as they fan out through 1 and 2 down the backstretch, Carlos.
Yep, I'm not seeing any other issues besides a couple drivers going side by side for second place. I believe it's 96 that may have tapped the wall, but I'm not sure. It looks okay. As a 75, the 72, the 8, the 96, and 42, these 5 cars are all grouped together, taking it easy, going side by side. Well, to me, it looks like they're taking it hard, but to them, I'm sure it's a nice, easy stroll at the moment. Seeing what else is going on, I don't know, Greg, what do you see?
Seeing a lot of guys seem to be making their way up to the top group for the early stages of this race as most cars made their way up top, and we got problems already. A big pileup mid-pack. BJ Tidrick involved. He's facing the wrong way on the one-way. Casey Garber up there as well. A couple of other cars. And not sure what all happened here.
See if we can get a different look at what happened there. I think the 72 made some contact with, I want to say, 96 of Casey Garber. Yeah, okay, well, let's see if I can get a different look. I don't know if the 72 came up or the 96 came up or if there was some sort of net code.
Well, BJ Tidrick has tapped, and remember the tap out rule. If you feel that you are involved and you tap out, that's where the punishment ends, right there. However, if you do not tap, it goes to a review board. If nobody taps, you go to a review board. But BJ Tidrick has tapped, so he has said, hey, that's on me, my bad, I will tap out on this, and I will go to the back on this one. So it's Adam Halm leading the way right now in this one, as we are early in this one, as just 5 laps in the books, working lap 6 right now. It's Halm. Thomas O'Hara was in second, but Thomas O'Hara in the 75 just dumped on the pit road. Not sure why that second place Thomas O'Hara pulled into the pits, but he has, and that surrenders second spot to Travis Barnes right now, and Garrett Huffines in third. And speaking of Huffines, he is a guy who has raced at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval over the course of the last couple of years. And while we're under caution, we wanted to take a couple of moments to talk about the opening night here at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. This upcoming, the 50th anniversary season for the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. It comes here on April 11, 2020, the Knudsen Construction Spring Sizzler, $2,051 to win for the Pro Late models, along with a $1,000 to win Dixie and Air Conditioning Thunder Car Challenge, also featuring the Plum Perfect Roadrunners, the Northwest Main Stock Tour, and a brand new series to the Northwest with its inaugural race, the Mountain Dew Junior Late Models, kids driving late models. It's very popular in the Northern California region and scattered throughout other tracks in the area. However, this is the first of its kind in the Northwest, and it will be kicking off April 11th at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, a proud sponsor of our race here at Wenatchee, or at Irwindale tonight. Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. We want to thank Jeremy Anders, of course, for stepping up and sponsoring this. And while we're on the topic of Wenatchee, we want to wish a very happy 64th birthday to number 64, the owner of the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, Garrett Evans. We hope you're watching tonight, Garrett. Happy birthday, and we can't wait to see you back out on the track this upcoming season in the always fast Evans Blue 64. But we're coming to a green flag. Adam Halm will lead them to it in the dial 911. Travis Barnes, Garrett Huffines, Josh Beal, and Joey Bird coming to green. Here we go. Underway. Halm once again gets the whole shot, and much like the previous one, Carlos, fanning out 3 wide early and wondering how long it's going to take for these guys to get up to the top of the track this time.
I'm going to say not quick at all. Or sorry, not slowly at all, as I'm lost for a word here. Take a look at some of these drivers just refusing to not go single file. We're currently looking on board the 24 and the 47. The 23 going at it side by side. 47 does hit the advantage of utilizing that high line. It is high bank for a quarter mile. As you mentioned earlier, it is the fastest quarter miles. We have a battle for the lead here with the 8 of Travis Barnes taking over, or trying to take over the lead from the down 911 vehicle. Trying to look side by side as Adam decides to let him have it, as we have a new race leader, Travis Barnes.
Oh! But Hall makes contact going into turn 3, so he's not giving up just yet on the race lead. Travis Barnes, he's one of those guys that I'm just anticipating any race now. He's going to break through and get that first win, but he's out to the lead now. Contact between Beal and Hall. Beal, can he save it? Yes, he can. He's going to lose a lot of track position, but man, oh man, Josh Beal and Adam Holm got together. Let's take a look at it on the 3Y TV replay.
There's the reason where he turned just to avoid those tire barriers, and wow, he did a good job to just hook it right and not actually turn his car around going back into traffic. It's a fantastic job for the 1-1-12 of Joshua Beal, as he's now dropped a ton of positions from 3rd all the way to, he's only 10th right now, so it's not that bad, but he still lost a ton of position in this 150 lap race. And Greg, you were mentioning this earlier as right before we went live. It's 150 laps. You said this race is going to go by quick, and it is. So this issue for Joshua Beal, while it is the beginning of the race, if he doesn't settle in and get himself back up there, he's not going to be able to contend for this win unless he gets a couple lucky breaks or cautions. Oh, behind us,
yeah,
a wreck.
I was going to say, oh, and there's one of them right there. As long as he doesn't get caught up in it. I think that was Brad Carpenter that went around. Yes, it was. Brad Carpenter, who's been the hottest driver in the Tour right now. And let's see what happened on the 3Y TV replay.
Same issue as last time.
Contact with Brian Payne and who was that plowed in there?
I'm not seeing. I can't see. The numbers are too dark for me.
Let's see if we can get a closer look. And Josh Beal getting lucky that was right behind him. And I was just getting ready to say you were right that Beal needed a couple of cautions to get in there, or to get himself back in, and he got one right there.
He did get that lucky break right there, but he's very thankful that that wasn't him that got turned around. It was pretty close. He was just the first car right in front of that. As underway through the caution, Greg, I believe he had more to say about our fantastic sponsor for tonight.
Yeah, Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, of course, mentioned their opener on April 11th. They have 3, count them, 3 super late model races. This style of car you're watching right now will be at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval 3 times. 2 of those are NorthWest Super Late Model Series races. The Leonard Evans 150, racing in memory of Garrett Evans' father, Leonard Evans, and the founder of Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore, proud sponsor of the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. That one is coming up on April 25th, the Leonard Evans 150. Following that up on Memorial Weekend, May 23rd, it is the return of the $10,000 to win Wenatchee 200. 200 laps of super late model racing at the fastest quarter mile in North America, the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. And the final super late model race will be our season finale at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. It's the Pepsi Neil Newberry Memorial 125, and that race has always been one of the best races of the year ever since its inception. Back, I believe 2014 was the first running, correct me if I'm wrong, but every time that race has always been a candidate for race of the year, and I'm expecting no different. That's just some of the great races coming up at Wenatchee this year. We can't forget Thunder in the Valley, the all open wheel show, one of the only ones of its kind. And Carlos, about a week and a half ago, it was announced that the Thunder in the Valley all open wheel show had just gotten even bigger, because it went from Granite Super Sprints and Speed Tour Sprints to now the NSRA is involved too. 3 winged sprint car classes in one super race.
Wow.
We'll have to talk more about that, as it looks like we're coming to green, Carlos.
Yeah, green flag is out, and the 8 of Travis Barnes is just pulled away with these fantastic shaders on the racetrack, where the cars just immediately go in and out of the shade. Garrett Huffines just got caught sleeping there behind the wheel as Travis Barnes just hit the gas and is now off to half a second lead, as Adam Holm is trying to get himself back up front. As right behind Adam, though, we have a cluster of about 4 to 5 cars, the 24, the 47, the 23, and I believe that is the 46 as well. It's a couple other cars behind, as this whole group is one mistake away from a huge wreck, Greg.
Yeah, and we've seen it time and time again at this racetrack over the years. Wow, Ellie Musgrave and Josh Robinson come close together. There's Sean Brightson. He's still running the Kenny Schrader throwback from the throwback night. They're all chasing Joey Bird and Adam Holm right now as we go on board. I believe this is with Ellie Musgrave. Yes, it is. Ellie Musgrave in the number 23 female driver in the field right now. And she's come a long way, Carlos, because this has been...
Oh, no!
Oh, contact! She saved it. Not sure what happened there, if she got contact from behind or what happened. We take a look at the 3-wide TV replay, Carlos. Let's see what happened.
Oh, the 92 just made some slight contact with the 23 of Ellie Musgrave, and Ellie Musgrave goes up to the wall. Let's get another quick look. Something up high there. The 92 got a great run towards the middle, rotated just a little bit better. Some slight net coat, but there was going to be contact anyway, as the 23 is up against the wall. However, good news for all Ellie Musgrave fans. Looking at you, Ted. She appears to be running perfectly fine, and that damage she has is more likely cosmetic and will probably not impact her. Just she's about 12th right now, and in the same position that the 112 of Joshua Beal is, needing a couple lucky breaks. As speaking of Joshua Beal, he's about 8th right now. He's moved up 2 positions since his near wreck there with the tire barriers a couple laps ago. However, up ahead of him is a group of cars that once again one mistake away from getting involved in a serious wreck. As Greg, from what I'm seeing, a bunch of drivers are going side by side, but the drivers who are not going side by side are pretty much up against this wall.
Yeah, definitely the top line is the preferred line here, but the beauty of Irwindale Speedway is you can race on any groove in the racetrack and be competitive, as you kind of see it right there with Brightsman making a move on the inside of Robinson, and it seems to be working right now for the 46, and Ryan Gormley recognizes that. He says, hey, I'm going to try it, and that's the thing, Carlos, is a lot of tracks in the Southwest, mainly Irwindale and Tucson in Arizona, the home of the Chili Willy this upcoming weekend. A lot of NorthWest guys going down for that. The Chili Willy in Tucson, that is the actual race name, and that track is another one that's famous for 4 grooves on the racing facility, much like we're seeing right now. I don't know what these guys did down in the Southwest, but they have made a couple of fantastic racetracks that produce incredible multi-groove racing. Oh, Adam Holm bobbles a little bit there.
Yeah. Oh, no, here we go. There's the mistake coming. The 47 is going around. Caution is out.
And that looked like netcode at first was going to work out for them, as it looked like those two had kind of come together, Beal and Robinson, and it kicked Robinson up in the Holm and around. Boy, Bart Hector Jr., what a job he did to get it through that one. Let's take another look at that on the replay here from the blimp cam. You'll see what I'm talking about right there. The netcode kind of saved them for a minute there. Wow, what a job by Hector to get through that.
What a fantastic job that not that many drivers were involved in that incident. However, the 47 of Josh Robinson pretty much goes from running somewhat decently to all the way now at 21st, the last car 1 lap down. This, however, gives us a quick moment to look at the point standings for tonight. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Yes, Rookie Sensation and the first-time champ are currently tied in the points with 679 points each. So, fantastic job for them. Ryan Gormley, the Rookie Sensation, doing a pretty great job. He's got himself a win. Same thing with Seth Frazier. It's, I believe, his 2nd career win on the tour. In 3rd place, you have Bart Hector Jr., 675 points, 4 points back. 1 to 4 is very, very close in points. You can just throw a wrench and hit all of them at the same time with the rebounds and everything. Shane Quinn, 3-time winner here tonight, is currently 4th. Nick Bellamy in 5th. Sean Brightsman in 6th. With Travis Barnes 7th. And tied for 8th once again is James Paulson and BJ Tidrick, with Garrett Huffines, in 10th, as I was running out of breath there.
Long-winded for sure, and that's not a bad thing in the tower, because if you get to talking about something you love, which in our case, we love talking about racing, we can go on for hours and hours and hours. You know it, I know it. I know Peter knows it because he's watching tonight.
He's sick.
Peter,
Peter, I did not say what you think I said.
Peter, we wish you were here tonight, but get better soon, man. I mean, we love having you with us, and we can't wait for the next race. But man, what an incredible race here this has been at Irwindale Speedway so far. One of the better races. And Carlos, I said to you before the race started that it was moving quickly. We're already almost a third of the way there. We're 13 laps from a third of the way through this one.
Yeah, and Travis Barnes has been the race leader ever since he passed the Dial 911 machine pretty early into the race after the first caution. Taking a look, something that one of our great, fantastic viewers, Catherine Rose, I believe that's Auntie Rose, am I right, Greg?
Believe so.
Yes, Auntie Rose, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Has discovered that the fastest mover at the moment is Bart Hector Jr., who is currently up 10 points. And I'm going to let you in on something. I don't think you're right. Bart Hector Jr. is currently up 11th, but Nick Bellamy and Seth Frazier are up 15. So congrats to them. All those three drivers are moving up very, very quickly. As Greg, I believe we're about to go green very soon.
Looking like it. Travis Barnes leading the way. But here's the thing, Carlos, another thing. Oh, pace car's ducking off. I'll have to do that on the next caution. But we're coming to green. Travis Barnes is going to take it. And what a shot he got on Garrett Huffines there as Adam Holm took the EOL penalty to drop out. But man, oh man, what a shot there Travis Barnes took right off the get-go to get away from Garrett Huffines. A couple of Yakima boys up there right now in front. And Yakima Speedway, not so much with the multi-groove, but as far as like pure track layout-wise, Yakima Speedway, the track that Barnes and Huffines call home, probably the closest thing we have to an Irwindale in the Northwest. It's a flat half-mile with very little banking. However, it races entirely different. But I was wondering if the Yakima area guys would have an advantage knowing that their local track is similar to this, and seems to be working so far as Yakima guys 1-2 right now on Wenatchee night.
Yeah, but all these positions are essentially kind of up for grabs. Just the difficulty is actually getting around the driver cleanly. You can catch up to a driver, but when the fastest line is the outside line, it can be very hard to smoothly make a pass, especially on the inside. It can be done. I don't know, Greg. It's just going to be very, very hard. I'm sure it's going to be one of those classic moments where you're going to have to press L2 to intimidate pretty much the whole race so you can get in one position.
That's something I haven't heard in a while. I used to love that game back on PS2, and that was my trademark move, playing NASCAR Thunder. But how about Seth Frazier and Nick Bellamy and Bart Hector Jr. back there as well? The top three from Martinsville had to start dead in the back, shotgun on the field, and they have all three worked their way methodically through the field. They all three are in the top 10 now. What a job by the top three at Martinsville, picking up right where they left off.
Yeah, taking a look and seeing what else is going on. Current battle for fourth, just side by side with 24 of Joey Bird and Nick Bellamy. I'm sure these two drivers have been going at it pretty much this whole race. I think that the 44 Rookie Sensation just did what I was talking about was going to be hard. I think he just passed the 24 on the inside. So that's another position up higher for the 44 of Ryan Gormley as he looks to try to get himself another win in this season.
What a job he has done this season, has the 44 of Ryan Gormley. Came out of nowhere, the rookie, picked up a couple of wins on the tour. It has been fantastic watching him go right now. I mean, the rookies this year, Carlos, have been spectacular. You've got Barnes leading the way, and he's on a roll right now. Gormley, Shane Quinn, who ran a couple races last year, but this is his first full year, and what a season he's having. Tied for the lead in points. I am
caution.
So impressed. Caution is out, but I'm so impressed with these rookies this season. As we take a look at what brought out the caution, saw some cars stop down there. Who is that 51 driving away? The 51, Christopher Heim, facing the wrong way there.
See if we can get a look
that's
at
Brian
what
Payne
happened.
to his outside. Ooh!
Some slight miscommunication. No, that had nothing to do with it.
Oh, it was right here. You can see Robinson come in and make contact.
47 looks like he cooked it too much into the corner.
That was one of those things that you saw the way Robinson dove it in deep, and you knew it's just like, oh no, I can see how that's going to happen. And sure enough, right there, I mean, tough break there for Christopher Heim to get the worst of it. And wow, he had to slam on the brakes there. Watching that in the replay, he almost came up in front of the leader.
Oh, that would have been not a good time. Although I have benefited from something like that before.
I actually got my first career win on iRacing that way.
Yeah, I'm
on
sure.
On the last lap, coming to the checkered.
I'm sure Garrett Huffines would be, he wouldn't want to win like that, but I'm sure he'll be happy to get a win. But thank you so much, everybody.
Garrett would be like, well, okay then.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I took the win. But thank you so much for all our fantastic sponsors. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back with One to Green, and Seth was telling me a couple amazing stories, but we are out of time as the pace car is pulling off. We're going to see if Garrett Huffines is going to be asleep behind the wheel again, or if he's going to get up and try to see if he can pass somebody as the 8 of Travis Barnes just takes off like a rocket ship once again. This time it's not as big of a lead as he got last time, only 0.4 of a second compared to the 0.5 of a second he got last time. But Travis Barnes holding on to that lead, and it's almost secure at this point. Taking a look and see what other drivers are going side by side. The 20 and the 24 battling side by side. This is the closest battle we have on track. There's pretty much, it's kind of a tame restart. I'm not seeing too many drivers actually get side by side. Greg, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of guys kind of realizing that the outside lane is the preferred group right now, so they're more focused on riding and learning the track. But Nick Bellamy got a run on the outside of Joey Bird, a couple of Spokane Valley boys, as Joey Bird, of course, the new father from Spokane Valley, Nick Bellamy from Newman Lake, which is outskirts of Spokane Valley, almost to the Idaho state line. So a couple of about as far eastern Washington as you can get without crossing into Idaho boys battling out right there. And right behind him, Josh Beal, he's another one of those guys. He's from Otis Orchards, which is the next town over from Spokane Valley where Joey Bird resides. And Beal, he's kind of taking a peek on Frazier there, as Frazier's gotten around Beal. Hector hasn't gotten there yet, and Bellamy clears Bird, and that allows Frazier, the Wenatchee driver. Oh, contact between Bird and Bellamy. Bird caught the wall. They battle, and they make the save. Frazier gets the best of it. That opens the door for Beal, Hector, and Shane Quinn to come up as well, another Spokane Valley guy.
The 24 drove it in there just a little bit too deep, and a fantastic job by both the 20 and the 24 for keeping it safe out there and not making it involved, not making it any bigger than it probably could have been by just controlling their vehicles perfectly fine. As Greg, I'm running out of things to say.
Well, Beal's able to get around Bellamy, and making a move is Dylan Huffines in the 7. He was thinking 3 wide there on Ellie Musgrave and Shane Quinn, as Hector gets around Bird, bringing the Cascade Championship Wrestling Dodge up another position. And Hector, with his home track caution, was getting ready to say Hector's home track.
42.
Whoa, who was that? Garrett Huffines, second place. place going around. Got hit there by Ellie Musgrave, and Garrett Huffines, second place goes around, Carlos.
Goes around off the bumper of the 46 of Sean Brightsman. So either the 42 or the 46 is going to be in the... Well, the 42 is going to be in the back anyway, but the 46 may be there with him. Let's take a look. Looks like different angles close. Going on the approach. I don't know, Greg. Let's take a different look and see what you think about that.
Let's take a look. Take a look here from the 3xTV blimp cam. See Brightsman go low.
Oh, it's
netcode. Yeah, netcode.
Once
That's
again,
a tough one.
Oh, Ellie just unfortunately got caught up in there just a little. That damage doesn't seem to be
Sean
too
Brightsman
bad.
Sean Brightsman has tapped on that one, so he will fall to the back with the EOL
That is his
penalty.
first tap.
Carlos, you want to talk to a guy who calls Wenatchee Valley Super Oval his home track, who's in the field right now?
Greg, I don't want to talk. Well, I do want to talk to him, but I feel like it'll be better if you talk to him.
All right. Well, we're going to dial up Seth Frazier, driver number 32, Greg Rent's 3YTV. You got a copy?
Yep.
Hey, Seth, you're running through the field here at Irwindale, but tonight's race sponsor is Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, and they are your home track. So tell the fans watching at home a little bit about your experiences at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval and how cool it is to have your home track sponsoring this series tonight.
Well, I first started racing Hornet cars at WVSO in 2005, I think. So I've raced there for about 15, 16 years, and I've been to all the tracks of the Northwest. There's nowhere that has as nice a facility, and the track has so much grip. It's a lot of fun to race. It's a really nice bull ring. This year we're actually racing a hobby stocks there. We bought a hobby stock car at Yakima, so we're excited for this year. And it's if you haven't been to Wenatchee, it's a hell of a racetrack to go check out.
And it is, of course, your home track, like you said, racing there 15 years. But as far as tonight's race at Irwindale goes, you are making progress through the field. You are up in the third position now after starting shotgun on the field after your win at Martinsville last week. You're up 20 positions. Have you been kind of just picking your spot here and there, or are you just going gung-ho as we're closing in on halfway?
I've just been trying to avoid the crashes and just I was following Bellamy for quite a while, and I kind of let the contact between him and Beal, so I'm just kind of seeing what's given to me. I think these next two cars in front of me are going to be a lot tougher than the other ones were.
All right, well, we'll let you get ready, but Seth, thanks for talking to us. Good luck the rest of the way, and maybe we'll see you in Victory Lane here by the end of the night.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Greg, we're pretty much close to being halfway there. I believe lap 75 would be the halfway. No, that's not it. Hey, have I talked to you guys about how bad at math I am? Because I'm not good.
Hey, I always said the reason I'm a track announcer is I'm bad at math, but 75 laps will be the halfway point as we're coming to a green flag. Right now, Travis Barnes going to lead the way, but he's got his work cut out for him now because Ryan Gormley, the rookie, Seth Frazier, Josh Beal, Bart Eckert Jr., Nick Bellamy, all up there, green flag. We're racing once again. Barnes able to once again get a good jump, but he's got a lot of heavy hitters behind him now, Carlos.
Yeah, and Seth Frazier actually stuck very, very close to the 44 of Ryan Gormley. So I don't know if Seth might be attempting to pass the rookie sensation, but that L2 button is getting mashed pretty heavily right now, I believe. Frazier,
of course, the winner at Martinsville, another half mile, but a half mile that drives entirely different. Carlos, Martinsville's called a paper clip because of its shape. What term would you use to describe the shape of Irwindale Speedway?
Why don't we go ahead and take a quick look at the shape. It kind of reminds me of those pennies that you get at Disney World that they squish and make it.
Yeah, you put the 2 quarters and the penny in and it pops out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Kind of looks like one of those crushed pennies, but it can also look like an O, you know what? We'll go with the crushed penny. That seems a lot better than what I was gonna form up in my brain as a 32 of Seth Frazier.
Oh, I had something, but I decided I wouldn't go there. I promised myself I wouldn't go there after the way the 49ers have played this year, but we'll keep it at that.
Well, yeah, we'll keep it at that exactly. Yeah, thank you, Catherine, Auntie Rose. Pressed penny is the word I was probably looking for, as I have quite a couple collection in my room. I had to find them somewhere. It's been a long time since I had one of those. Seth Frazier, it's been a long time since he's been behind the 44, and well, it's been a long time, and I'm sure he wants to pass him already. And 44 is just being a fantastic.
Oh, hey. Carlos, I just noticed Peter in the chat. You are right. This is not only battle for second. This is the championship lead that was tied coming into this. Frazier and Gormley.
Yes, it is. However, for Gormley, as Seth Frazier's gotten right by him on the outside, looks like Gormley was getting tired of being intimidated as Seth Frazier is put on the outside. That being said, while they are battling for position, the advantage, even with Seth Frazier being behind Gormley, would have gone to Seth Frazier, considering the fact that Seth Frazier has gone up 21 positions now, and Ryan Gormley only has moved up 8 positions. So this is a big night for Seth Frazier tonight. Gormley, however, is not looking to... Well, hold on one moment. Seth Frazier he's gone up 22 positions. That would put him outside the top 16, which would not make him eligible, would it? Or did he start? Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, he started in the back because he won.
Because of the win at Martinsville.
Yes, that's right. Thank you for reminding me, brain. I remember this now.
Well,
it's Carlos, a big night for Seth Frazier.
And Carlos, you had said he had the finger smashed on the L2 to intimidate button. Now that he's around Gormley, he's got to switch over to the R2 button and try to draft in on Travis Barnes, because Barnes got out to a big lead there. He's got to share the draft and try to 2 seconds. He's got to try to get his ally points up with Travis Barnes. Man, I love that old game. I think I might play that after this race. I haven't played that game in years.
For me, it was 2005 that got me introduced into that. Before that, it was Dirt Daytona. But Greg, taking a look around, I'm not seeing too many other drivers staying going side to side. The field is pretty much evened out as we're 81 laps into this race. Greg, what are you seeing out there that I'm not? It looks like everybody's just calmed down, taking it nice and easy.
Yeah, we're just past the halfway point. We're 6 laps past halfway, so I'm thinking from the looks of what I'm seeing, a lot of guys have just decided, you know what, I'm just going to ride, and there's been a couple of cautions already, so there's most likely there's going to be a couple more at the end, although that may not be the case, because remember back to Oxford, we saw a 126 lap green flag run to start the race, so it could happen here tonight at Irwindale. Let's take a quick look at the track temp. It's rising, but it's 92 degrees. It's nothing like we saw at Oxford and Rockingham when track temp was getting up almost to 140. As now we got to move on the inside. Bart Eckert Jr. taking a peek inside of Josh Beal for, I believe, the 4th position, and what a run that Hector's had as well, and Bellamy. The top 3 in Martinsville had to start in the back. All 3 of them have worked their way inside the top 5, and Nick Bellamy is 1 spot out of the top 5 right now, actually in the 20. So what a drive by the 3 guys who finished on the podium in Martinsville there in race number 2.
And what a good recovery for the for the 112 of Joshua Beal, who we saw earlier got involved in an incident, dropped all the way back, and is now recovered pretty much around to 4. So that's a great time for Joshua Beal to get himself back up, as we're close to about halfway. I don't have time to do the mental math in my brain right now, but getting himself up to 4th, that's going to be a good night for Joshua, considering that he's also plus 4 right now. That's 4 passing points for the night if he was to finish in this position.
And field's settling down, and the guy who loves seeing that is the leader, Travis Barnes, because that's allowed him to open up another second on Seth Frazier. It's up to 3 seconds. However, one thing he does not want to see is the lap traffic beginning to fill his windshield more and more. So before too long, Travis Barnes is going to have to start picking off lap traffic, and that could allow Seth Frazier to reel him right back in. But Carlos, if you're Seth Frazier, when would you want to change your line and try different stuff to get back up there to the 8 of Travis Barnes?
Now, you have a long time to get back up to him, but if you wait to the last couple laps to change your line, and you can end up in a position where maybe the line you changed doesn't work. So that would be a good time to experiment, take different lines, see what works, see what doesn't, and try to hone in on what exactly will be key to winning this race tonight.
Well, I've mentioned that Seth Frazier was thinking about changing his line, but the one who did change his line was Travis Barnes, because he is trying to lower line as he prepares to make his way through lap traffic. He starts it now, going after Brian Payne in the 74. So it was Barnes who changed his line. So now that Barnes is having to change his line up, Frazier might be able to focus on running his line and get back up there, although it doesn't seem to be working, as Barnes has put another second on. It's up to 3.8 seconds now on Seth Frazier, Carlos.
Yeah, the last couple of laps when Travis Barnes started looking on the inside, he was actually running about 2/10 faster than pretty much everybody else. And so Seth Frazier wasn't adjusting anything, so he was losing that time. As caution is out, trying to see who it was. The 23 of Ellie Musgrave, I can see, turned around.
Let's take a look at the 3Y TV replay, and contact with Dylan Huffine.
Little tight.
Man, Huffine's made a fantastic save there. I mean, we saw Musgrave, but let's see if we can get in there and look at what that 7 car just pulled off. Look at that gaggle of cars right there.
Yeah, that was a pretty big gaggle. I don't know if we can... Hold on, let's take another look at that again. To me, it kind of looked like the 7 also got loose in the middle of the corner. That being said, Ellie still got tight and made some contact.
Yeah, I could see it a little bit. About half a second before, but nothing major. But, well, Carlos, here's the thing about Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, is it's not just a track where you see straight up pure racing. We have got 3, count them 3, Night of Destructions coming to the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval as well. 2 Dixie Union Air Conditioning Bump to Pass races. Dixie Union Air Conditioning Bump to Pass night on June 27th, and then Johnson Electric Boat Race night. Johnson Electric, of course, the proud sponsor of the Bump to Pass. Dixie Union Air Conditioning sponsoring the night.
Hold on.
Bump to Pass.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Bump to Pass? I mean, is it exactly what I think it is?
Yes, sir. You want to pass the car in front of you? You gotta hit him. There
Okay.
must be contact.
Wow.
And our Bump to Pass races at Wenatchee, Johnson Electric Bump to Pass, they draw on average 25 cars. So picture, if you will, I'll send you a video, because I know of a video. I actually just watched it. Picture, if you will, 25 old Monte Carlos and Thunderbirds and stuff, full contact. And by the way, have you ever heard of a boat race?
Okay, I also was gonna question that. I'm assuming you guys don't fill up the track with water. Is it?
No.
Is it? Do they put like wheels and a suspension on a boat and then race them?
No, sir.
Okay, what is it?
We take an old fiberglass boat hull, take the motor off, no, we don't take the glass out. We just take the boat hull, and we tie it to the back of our Bump to Pass cars. Last one with the boat wins.
Oh, I think I've seen videos of that.
You were speechless for a second there.
Yes, I think I've seen videos of that. If it's exactly what I think it is.
I'll have to send you video, because we did one in Wenatchee last year and it was epic. And not to be outdone, also, we also have the most famous stuntman in the Northwest, Mr. Dizzy, returning to the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval for Night of Chaos, which is on August 29th, the week after the boat race. So 2 straight Night of Chaoses at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. And there's also a pro late model race brought to you by Jerry's Auto Supply that night of the Night of Chaos. So you get a stunt show and a late model race. You can't beat it.
I don't even want to try beating that. I want to actually go and see that myself. As the pace car is off, Travis Barnes looking to get himself another fantastic restart. We're going to see how he goes. Takes it off, immediately gets a 0.4 of a second lead, almost half a second lead, before he crosses the start-finish line, as Seth Frazier has actually been separated from Ryan Gormley. Ryan Gormley was unable to get a good restart that Seth Frazier got the last time while the positions were reversed. Taking a look around, people are, I can sense there's some more, it's getting a little more intense. We are going to be 50 laps to go at the line, 50 laps to go right now. This race is going by very, very quick, and the drivers at this point, there's no time to wait. You have to go now, just considering how quick these laps are going. The laps are going about 17 seconds. That's a quick pace, Greg.
Yeah, definitely quick pace here at the half mile, Irwindale Speedway. And Carlos, we're 2/3 of the way through this race. We're working lap 102 of 150 right now. And one thing I'm noticing, now that the caution came out, Frazier's not exactly letting Barnes get away like he had been the previous time. So Frazier said it was going to be much more difficult to pass the guys in front of him, but it also goes the other way. It was going to be much harder for Barnes to drive away than he had with the previous luck there.
Seth Frazier is a man on a mission right now. Taking a look at his lap times, yeah, that's tenths of a second faster than Travis Barnes. We're looking to have a good old-fashioned showdown here. Maybe a quick preview of a bump to pass race. Greg, what do you think?
I don't think that would go over too well in this one, but actually, me and a few guys in the NorthWest Tour, we had the Huffines brothers, Caden Anderson, Bart Ector Jr., Seth Frazier. We have done bump to pass races on the iRacing server, Nick Bellamy as well. What we do is we use the street stocks and we go to South Boston or Oxford, and we just go, hey, 100 laps or 45 minutes, whichever happens first. Let's just go out and just hit everybody for however long it takes, and it's so much fun. And we've actually talked, and we're going to have to try to get one of our bump to pass races streamed on 3Y TV at some point, because it is an absolute blast.
That would be something I would be interested in doing. Maybe not broadcasted, but maybe actually in the car. We'll see one day. We'll see what happens. I'd definitely be interested in doing both streaming and actually participating in. Unfortunately, I can't do both at the same time unless I have two accounts. Going on, 43 laps to go here. The race is winding down very quick. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen a single one of these brake orders just cold, even under caution. All these drivers are going hard, and Greg, it's I'm going to be a little sad to see this race end. This has been one exciting race to watch.
Well, this race was circled on my calendar as the race I was looking forward to most. This is before the sponsorship was even announced. Like I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, this track is where I discovered racing. I actually met my hero, Tony Stewart, my favorite driver of all time. I met him at this facility Thanksgiving night 2000 when he won the Turkey Night Grand Prix for the midget sprint cars, in which he held off some hotshot 18-year-old kid who was trying to break into NASCAR by the name of Casey Kane for the win that night. So Irwindale Speedway holds such a special place in my heart, and to see the NorthWest Tour, brought to you by Joe's Racing Products, finally come to the track that I called home as a kid meant so much to me. And then to have Wenatchee Valley Super Bowl come on and sponsor it, I mean, it just put it over the top for me. This race probably has been my favorite race of the night or the season by far, just because it's the perfect storm coming together.
I've never met Tony Stewart in person, but I was there in 2011 when he got that championship tiebreaker win at Homestead. So that was a blast to see. Definitely one of my favorite races to watch.
I still call that one the best race of all time.
I was there in the grandstands in the front stretch. It was just a blast to watch. Just like this race is a blast to watch. A couple of drivers are going side by side for a battle for 10th. That is the 75 and the 31 going side by side for the top 10 position, and everybody else appears to be not close enough to do any actual battling, as these two drivers are the closest at the moment. Greg, on all your excitement, what's something that's catching your eye right now?
Right now, I'm kind of going back and forth between this battle we're watching right now between O'Hara and Brad Carpenter, and the battle for third that's beginning to shape up between Gormley and Bellamy, as those two have kind of separated themselves from Beal, Hector, and who is that behind them? Shane Quinn.
Shane, yeah.
And you see Bellamy has now gotten to the inside of Gormley. And Carlos, are you noticing what I'm beginning to notice? The inside lane is beginning to come in a little bit more here, would you say? Or is this just a product of Bellamy just got a really good run? Or is the inside lane starting to come in a little bit more?
I think that inside lane might be starting to come in. All the rubber's probably building up on the high side, making it looser than it needs to be. We saw that with the 7. We saw that with a couple of the drivers. And we actually saw the 23 of Ellie Musgrave get tight on the inside. So there could be grip if you take it in correctly. And that we just saw that work to the 20's advantages. Nick Bellamy has passed the rookie sensation Ryan Gormley on the inside at a track, and we're not seeing a couple more drivers think about touching that inside, as I believe the 44, no, not this time by, but the last lap, he actually was running a sort of modified inside line type of line there. As that being said, the top two leaders, Travis Barnes and Seth Frazier, is kind of separated from this group by about almost a second and a half between second and third, and a second between Travis Barnes and Seth Frazier. So, unfortunately for Seth, it looks like whatever advantage he had, Travis Barnes is beginning to pull away. However, not all hope is lost. 31 laps to go, almost 30. But if we look at the front cam, what do you see that's up ahead?
I see a lot of lap traffic up ahead of race leader Travis Barnes, and I've actually been keeping my eye on this battle. Seth Frazier is chipping away a little bit at Travis Barnes, and while we were talking about the inside lane, I was kind of watching them. Both of them have been bouncing off of each other of who is taking the lower entry. One time it'll be Barnes, the next time it'll be Frazier. So both our top two drivers are beginning to take the lower line through. So I think the time of the top side advantage is gone as we see Shane Quinn taking a peek inside of Bart Hector Jr. So I think now we're going to start seeing more and more guys make their way to the inside, because I'm thinking the inside line is going to be the preferred lane here in about 5 laps or so.
Yeah, and that trap traffic is starting to get very, very close. As not only is that getting close, but also Seth Frazier was gaining just a little bit those last couple laps. He was about 8/10 of a second, but since I started talking, he's dropped down to about 9/10, almost a second back. But it seems like Seth does have the speed. He just needs to figure out what line is causing that quickness that he found. Couple laps ago. Oh, what's up?
He does have a little bit of advantage right now, though, because Travis Barnes might get held up by this lap traffic, and that allows Frazier to kind of focus on his line, because he knows that that's going to take Travis Barnes out of his groove to try to get around these guys. That could open the door for Frazier to reel him in. Right now, he's got to deal with the 74 pain as this gaggle of cars goes to war off turn number 2. That's Carpenter, Breitzman, and the 29 of...
You mean the 92?
Oh, yeah, 92 of Casey Tillman.
Yes.
Tillman changed the paint scheme on me, and I still haven't gotten used to it in the 92. I'm so used to his black car that I keep forgetting he changed over to a blue car.
Well, I'm sure you're familiar with this white and blue 82 right here. As that position is that car has gone up one position as he has passed the one. Oh, I apologize. The Dial 911 car is actually. No, what am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of the 112.
No, he got around the one. He did get around the 112 of Beal. Hector, the Cascade car, did get around the 112 of Beal, going after Gormley right now. Up in the 5th position right now. That brings Bart Hector Jr. back into the top 5. Shane Quinn also gets around Josh Beal for the 6th position. So, and I'm noticing Hector kind of taking the highest line out of everybody right now. So Hector, kind of the last man standing on the outside of people. And just as I say, he goes to the bottom to try to take a shot at Ryan Gormley. So I would definitely say that the day of the outside lane being the advantage is gone, and now it's just a matter of who can pick their way through traffic the best. And checking in up at the front, Travis Barnes is doing a fantastic job getting through traffic, but Seth Frazier is doing just as good of a job.
Yeah, they're when we were pointing the cameras at some other places, I was taking a look at the leaders, and it was kind of ranging from 0.8 of a second to about 1.2 seconds. It's definitely fluctuating, as right now it's kind of evening out at about a 1 second. It seems like Travis Barnes can go through the traffic with ease, although when he does kind of struggle a little bit, Seth is there to catch up, but Seth is also not prone to getting caught up in some of these lap traffic, as even though they're not going to be battling you as hard for as the leader, you can just get in a position where they're exactly where you want to be, and there's nothing you can do but just wait for the next corner.
And Barnes, you see on board right now the gap 1.06 seconds. That's the first time the gap has been over a second technically in quite some time. So he's able to pick his way through traffic just a hair better than Seth Frazier's. We're coming up on 15 laps to go here in just a couple of laps. And Carlos, Travis Barnes has dominated. And are you surprised the way he has run the season that he's still searching for that first win?
I would say, yeah, a little bit, but we're also getting some... Oh, my goodness!
Who is that on this
That's the 51! Caution is out.
What in the world happened to the Hudson Hornet? Granted, it's not the Hudson Hornet tonight, but what happened here? Let's take a look. Oh, he just bobbled by himself and went head on in the wall.
And the Alta Fortune not getting anybody else's way. Great call there. But the 51 is Dunzo Fortune. I got a little loose on the rubber that's up there. Flipped it over as a gyro cam is getting some work here tonight. And then decided to get out of everybody's way. What a shocker.
And what a tough break for Heim. And Carlos, goes without saying, but we gotta say it. This changes everything.
Yeah, this just changed a lot. And Seth, I don't know if you can go ahead and have a quick word with Travis Barnes before we go back to green, but this is going to be a pretty big one. I'm going to tell you that. Got about 13 laps to go. When we do go back green, we can expect this to be around 9 or 8 laps to go. I'm not sure. Greg, what are you seeing over there?
It looks like it's going to be a quick restart here, but we've got the race leader, Travis Barnes. Greg runs 3x TV. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Travis, you have done a fantastic job this entire night, picking your way through traffic and trying to find which line works the best for you through traffic. You've done a great job, but now it all comes down to a shootout with Seth Frazier right behind you. Have you been pushing it all out, or are you kind of just taking it easy in case something like this was to happen? You had a little bit left in the tank.
I was trying to push it, trying to keep a good distance. I was trying to save tires as well. Kept trying to run the line that would get me furthest away from him. That bottom line's going to wear out the tires pretty quick, but it seems to be working really well. With 10 laps to go, I don't see it changing, so that's where I'm going to stick.
Alright, well, you're going to stick on the bottom, and the track temp is rising slowly. It's up to 92 degrees right now, but Travis, you've done a fantastic job picking your way through traffic, but now, what goes through your head here when it comes down to a shootout like this after having such a strong run all night?
Just get it done. We've been doing this for how many laps? 140? Just get her done.
Alright, well, we'll let you go get ready for that restart and the shootout. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll see how it turns out for you.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, well, that was Travis Barnes, the leader, looking to get one more fantastic restart. And Seth Frazier, he's looking to match him. And if there's anybody in the field that can probably match Travis Barnes' restart speed, it would probably be Seth Frazier. As Greg, this is your home track. I'm going to go ahead and give you the honors of calling out this, hopefully, last restart.
All right, thank you, sir. Lights out on the pace car. Ellie Musgrave gets her lap back with the lucky dog, but it is showtime here at Irwindale Speedway, and what a great restart by Travis Barnes as he gunned it there on the initial start, and he pulls away from Frazier and gets it going. Barnes out to the lead, as you see right there in the back. Gormley and Bellamy going to work on each other right now as Gormley trying to make the move on Bellamy. And that allows Hector Jr. to get back into the fray. And how about a shout to Josh Beal, because he has done a great job after the incident early. And Gormley to the inside of Bellamy, gets the spot. That brings Hector with him to the inside. Quinn to the inside as well, Carlos. 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide back there, but up front, Seth Frazier is kind of stalled out in his efforts to kind of chase Travis Barnes, and he's looking to be around half a second behind at the moment. And with 7 laps to go, unless Travis Barnes makes a huge mistake or slaps that wall or whatever, this is looking to be Travis Barnes' night in victory lane. Side by side, or a couple battles going on there. Taking a look at the 20 of Nick Bellamy, who's kind of falling from grace at the moment. He did a fantastic job passing rookie sensation earlier in the race, but unfortunately, the pass got returned as he's now losing spots almost left and right as the 4 of Shane Quinn is looking to get around. With 5 laps to go, Travis Barnes is pulling away from Seth Frazier as it's now at 7/10 of a second lead. And Greg, I think this is going to be it for Seth unless we probably get another quick caution.
Oh, here's the thing though, short track racing, and we talked about it earlier, you can never count it out till it's over. Me and you both have gotten wins on something happening in the late stages of the race, but Travis Barnes right now, no problems in front of him as I growl at my screen, which popped up a severe weather alert heading my way. Gotta love winter in Washington, but
75 degrees
Barnes.
in Florida.
Hey, bite me.
Bring some snow here, please.
Trade you. As we, well, I'll talk to you more about that on commercial, but we're in the closing stages of this one. Travis Barnes coming your way to the white flag. He's got Frazier behind him. I think, Carlos, the battle's going to be for third as it's shaping up between Hector and Gormley. We're going to keep one eye on the leader and one eye on that battle for the final podium spot. As through 3 and 4, Frazier with an insane move to the inside, gave it all he had, but Travis Barnes comes away with the win. Travis Barnes wins the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval 150. Seth Frazier second, and Gormley holds on for third.
Let's go back and take a look at that white only. That was a move and a half.
Let's see about that move for Frazier. Man, he gave it all he had, and he went down to the apron, and we've seen that work over the years at Irwindale Speedway. Man, what a job by Travis Barnes.
I think he knew that that wasn't going to work, but we can't say he didn't go out trying.
You see right there, one very happy young man, Travis Barnes, tearing it down here in the Northwest. We're going to dial up our top 3 when we come back from this commercial here on 3Wide TV. Travis Barnes wins the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval 150.
And we're back. And Greg, that was a fantastic race to watch. I'm glad that we were both here to watch that. It's my first time here at Irwindale. I've never seen or been at this racetrack before, and I kind of want to drive it now. Want to get behind the wheel and try to tackle this place. As Greg, we're gonna go ahead and go through some of our post-race interviews, as I believe you've caught up with rookie sensation Ryan Gormley.
That I have. Ryan Gormley, Greg Rents, 3YTV. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hell, man, that was a wild race for you. I mean, I think there was maybe 5 or 6 laps through that entire race that you did not have someone engaged in the battle with you for position. You didn't really get a chance to catch your breath except for the cautions there tonight, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was racing, and I just wanted to go out and have fun after last week.
And that you did, and it was fun for us watching you, and sure it was fun for you driving behind the wheel. And how much did coming to a track like this that you guys haven't been to, how much did that change your strategy as opposed to what you've been doing, knowing that this is a track you haven't been to? It's one of the premier tracks in the short track scene. Did you have to change up your strategy at all for this race, or did you kind of just treat it as just another night?
Kind of both. I wanted to change my mentality after last week. I was pretty frustrating, obviously, but I really like the progressive corners at this track. Pretty fast in other series at this track, so I'm pretty it. But the setup was pretty loose. I didn't like it on the high side with the progressive banking as well, but I liked cutting it down and kind of diamonding the corners. Yeah, definitely liked the cautions because I was a lot faster on other tires.
Well, we loved seeing that racing action. And Travis, a third here at Irwindale, and it's got to be a bonus going for you forward in points, because at one point you were tied with Seth Frazier, who had another great finish as well. So now it seems to be shaping up to be a battle between you guys for the rest of the way. But don't look back, because there's some guys behind you also.
Yeah, I ton of respect to those guys. I don't know if you guys caught slide job that Frazier put on me, but man, that was dirty.
All right, well, it's shaping up to be a fun battle the rest of the way, and we know you got some shout-outs you want to give.
Yeah, shout-outs to BJ and Seth. They run the series here, and they do a great job. Joe's Racing Products, Town Square Media. I just got a new job there, so doing some advertising local here down in Bozeman, Montana. Thank my mom and dad and the rest of my friends and family that are watching and supporting. You guys up there, appreciate it. And I think it's the Wenatchee 150, right?
Yes, sir. Wenatchee Valley Super Oval 150.
Make my way out there and go watch a race this year.
Oh, we would love to have you out here. Hey, thanks a lot, Ryan. Congratulations on the 3rd place, and we'll see you at the next one.
All right, thank you guys.
And Carlos, I believe you've caught up with the guy who Ryan's engaged in that points battle with, who finished 2nd tonight, Seth Frazier, the 32.
Yeah, congratulations, Seth. 2nd place finish, but not only 2nd place, you also moved up, I would say the most of all tonight, 21 spots up. That is a bunch of passing points, Seth. And before we do get to continue, just what was your thoughts here for tonight?
Well, tonight it was key just to dodge the crashers and try to stay out of the mayhem. Well, everyone tried to work the top for the most part when you're side by side, so I tried to practice the bottom a lot this week and followed Bellamy, made some passes on the bottom, and then worked our way up to the field pretty good tonight.
Well, you were in a hurry very, very early on in the race. You were up 15 spots before you were pretty much settling in there, got a lucky break, and then found yourself finishing in 2nd place at Irwindale Speedway. That's a bunch of points out tonight. Definitely should be the points leader, considering Gormley, even though he finished right behind you, did not have as many spots going on. We do have a couple of weeks break before we move on to the 12th race of the season. Are you looking forward to that?
It'll be nice to take a week or two off as far as the admin side of things. Me and BJ had put a lot of time in here trying to get everything set up, so it'll be nice to not do much this week. I think he's going down to Arizona for the Chili Willy, and then the weekend after that's the Super Bowl. So it'll be nice to take a break from that and nice to get back at it here soon. One thing in that race, I screwed up on us passing Ryan. I had a run on him, and I didn't drive in hard enough into the corner and just slide job and came right across his nose, and he cut me a big break. So I'll have to put that in the memory bank and make sure I can turn the favor one of these days.
Well, thank you so much. You can go ahead and bring it up here, clean out the air. So if Ryan was to listen to this, so he would be able to hear that you apologize. So before we do let you go and celebrate a great night and a potential points lead, do you have any shout outs you want to go ahead and give out?
Just Joe's Racing Products coming on board and sponsoring the league. We have a lot of people around the Northwest, tracks, businesses, all variety of people that came aboard and sponsored this league and made it so we can have broadcasts each week. So all of them, and tonight was sponsored by Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, which in my opinion is the best racetrack in the Northwest. So looking forward to get out there and do some real racing this summer. And a special thanks out to my buddy Mike Wood back in Middlesex, North Carolina, for painting all these cars for us, making us all look good.
Yeah, Greg's been doing nothing but speaking of the fantastic events at the Super Oval, and I'm going to be real honest, I kind of want to go there and see it in person, especially some of these bump to pass and boat races. It'll be a blast with all the events happening. I believe season starts early in April, if I'm correct, and the April 22nd is going to be the Leonard Evans, April 25th, the Leonard Evans 150. So that's going to be a blast for that event to be going on. And of course, Mike Wood's race designs. All these cars, not all these cars, the majority of these cars that are being shown right now, pretty much painted by him. So he did a fantastic job. Seth, thank you so much. You had a fantastic night overall, and have a happy Super Bowl break.
Thanks, guys.
And I believe Greg has caught up with the race winner, Travis Barnes. Greg, are you there in Victory Lane?
Yes, sir. I'm down here with Travis Barnes. Greg runs 3XTV. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congratulations. You finally got through and got that first win. And, my friend, you dominated that one. There's really no other way to put it. You got out front early, and it was smooth sailing from there.
Oh, yeah. There's no traffic to worry about. I mean, that was just the greatest thing ever. You didn't have to worry about anything, just drive your race.
Well, Travis, tell us, I mean, we talked to you a little bit under that last caution. You played it cool, but I know in the back of your mind you had to be thinking a little bit about that last restart, and hopefully nothing happened. But when you were picking your way through traffic, when that caution came out, which would you have rather been? Would you have rather been picking your way through traffic and trying to dodge everybody there, or on a late race restart with the guy right behind you? Which would you rather be in?
The traffic, easily. I just seen someone in my rear view, I just look way too much up at it. I just like moving through the traffic's like going through I-5, you know? It was just easier to get through traffic having to worry about someone behind you.
Well, Travis, did a great job picking your way through traffic. I think every single time something happened that was going to allow the guy behind you to catch up, you adjusted to it perfectly. I mean, you pretty much had pretty much the closest thing to a perfect race you can have at Irwindale Speedway tonight. And I mean, you made it look easy out there, but I know you were working hard for that one.
Oh yeah, that was extremely difficult, extremely nerve-wracking, and I really wanted this win, really, really bad. Last week, I thought I would have a good chance, but unfortunate circumstances occurred, and that wasn't able to happen. So a little bit of a redemption race, if you would say.
All right, well, we know you want to go celebrate, so we will let you go. But before we do, we know you've been waiting a long time to give some Victory Lane shout-outs, and let's hear them.
I'd like to thank my uncle, Richard Turner, my mom, for everything she's done for me. My stepdad, he's been really good, really supportive. My grandma, my grandpa, everything. I'd like to thank the Yard Guy LLC. Really good guy. If you're in the South Puget Sound area, if you want to get some contracting work done, he's a really good guy to go to. And just Wenatchee Valley Super Oval for sponsoring this great event. It's just been a blast.
All right, Travis. Congratulations on the win at Irwindale. Enjoy the break, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you, sir. You guys have a great night.
All right, well, that was a fantastic race overall. It has been a blast, and once again, thank you to the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. They did it's just fantastic to get all these local places and local people and just local organizations to help out and sponsor these type of events. It's something great, and Peter, I know you're still sick. I wish you could be here. I know you wanted to be here tonight. So unfortunately, you can't. But Greg, do you have anything else? I'm sure you have more stuff. You can go all night about the Super Oval, and I would happily listen to you. But I'm sure you have just a couple of last things you want to say. Also, happy birthday to Garrett Evans, the track owner. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, or I hope you're happy that we talked about your track just a lot. But Greg, do you have any final thoughts?
Just, I can't wait to get things going at the 50th anniversary of racing in the Wenatchee Valley. 50th anniversary schedule. For details on not just the schedule, but everything about the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, you can log on to www.wvso.com. Everything's there. Our track sponsors, track rules, our schedule. Season opener coming up on April 11th, 2020. We've got 2 brand new classes debuting this season, and just we talked about some of the races on the schedule this upcoming season. It's the 50th anniversary. No doubt it's going to be the biggest one of the year, and just come on out to the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, as many chances as you can get. Make sure you circle May 23rd, the $10,000 to win Wenatchee Valley 200, the return of that big one. I mean, Carlos, I know you want to come up and check out the boat races. We would love to have you up here. Peter as well. I know me and you were going back and forth there about it in the chat earlier. But if you guys get a chance, if you're in the area and you see that the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval's racing, get up there. It's one of the best places in North America to watch a race. I'm not saying that just because I work there. I'm saying that because I've been going there for 7 years now, and this is one of my favorite racetracks on the planet. I love going there, and trust me when I say, if you guys go to a race at Wenatchee, you will fall in love with that place too.
All right, well, thank you so much, Greg, for being out here tonight, helping me. Peter, hope you feel better. I hope I did a decent job taking over your spot, considering that I'm usually just behind in the booth taking care of everything else you hear. And we just want to thank everybody that's out there watching tonight. Mike Wood, I know you're out here. Seth Frazier as well hopped in for a little bit. Auntie Rose, nice to see you back on chat. And, well, it's been a great night. I had a blast. It's going to be Super Bowl weekend next week. I know you're excited for that, Greg, as well as a couple other people here watching and racing tonight. But before we do go, we want to give final shout-outs to just the people that helped make this happen. Wanted to give a big, massive shout-out to OCR TV for providing the wonderful graphics package that we have seen tonight, as well as the fine folks at SimTV for providing the camera packages that we have been using for the cars, as well as the tracks this whole season. So thank you so much for that. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the Phoenix race. I believe cash money will be rewarded in this race. Greg, do you have more details on that?
I'm going to have to check in with BJ and Seth for details on that, but we will have details coming on our Facebook page, the iRacing NorthWest Tour. We'll have details for that upcoming in the coming days.
I want to be corrected. The Super Bowl is in 2 weeks, not the Pro Bowl is next week. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, and also
Although,
the real life 24 Hours of Daytona is next week as well.
Yep, and I've got hockey all 3 days, so I'm happy that I actually get to watch the Super Bowl, and I get to watch my team in the Super Bowl. It's only the second time I've ever been able to do that, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, well, thank you so much for everybody who tuned in, and thank you to all the drivers who participated tonight. We will wish you a happy 2 weeks, and we'll see you for the Phoenix race. See ya!